Hi, my name is James Colgan with the law firm of James Colgan, and I want to talk to you today about 5 things that you need to do or not to do if you get pulled over for a DUI. The first thing that I want to talk about is when you initially get pulled over by the police. When the police pull you over, they're going to ask you a number of questions, such as how much did you have to drink? Where are you coming from? Do you know why I pulled you over? Under the law, you are not required to answer those questions. Those are voluntary on your part, and they cannot force you to answer those questions. So, just simply say, I respectfully decline to answer those questions. Secondly, if they ask for your driver's license, insurance, and proof of registration, you do have to provide those. So, you must do that. Third, they're going to ask you to exit the car. They are allowed to do that for their own safety. That does not mean you need to talk to the police when they ask you to exit the car, but if they ask you to leave the car for their own safety, you have to do that. That's when it really gets important as to what your rights are when they get you out of the car. They are going to ask you whether to do voluntary roadside maneuvers. You do not, and I want to repeat, you do not have to do roadside maneuvers. Roadside maneuvers are the things like the walk and turn, stand on one foot, follow a pin with your eyes. Those things are voluntary on your part, and you are not required under the law to take those tests. Please remember that as it stands now, all police encounters are being recorded with body-worn cameras. Those things are now all on tape and are available to the prosecutor and the jury or the court if this goes to trial. So you do not need to provide the prosecution or the police with evidence. So the fourth thing that you need to discuss is whether or not you need to take a portable breath test at the side of the road. That's one of the very small items that they'll ask you to take. You do not need to take a portable breath test on the side of the road. Which leads us to the final thing that I want to discuss, which is their request for you to take a chemical test, which is either a test for alcohol in your blood or an intoxilizer test at the police station. Under Colorado law, by having a driver's license, you're required to take that test if there's probable cause to believe that you were intoxicated or under impairment when you were driving. If you do not take that test, there are consequences. You have the right to refuse, but there will be consequences, such as the loss of your license. You may at some point have to use the interlock system, which is blowing in a tube for your vehicle to start. Those are the consequences. So those are the things that you must do if you're contacted by the police under suspicion of drinking while driving. And please remember that a good share of those things are not required under the law. So, if you have any questions, please call me at 303-990-0621. Thank you.